Hey guys, it's HMK once again. People often ask me who are my favorite YouTubers as a YouTuber, who inspire me, or who do I watch regularly. So today I'm going to put together a list of my top 10 favorite, not the top 10 I think in, well, yeah, the top 10 I think in general, but my top 10 favorite YouTubers of all time, or I should say this point in time. And now when it comes to YouTubers, this is going to be a list of, people, singular YouTubers, or a team comprising of at least two. So when it comes to full-on teams or full-on networks of YouTubers, kind of like Rooster Teeth or Screw Attack, I'm not going to count them, even though I love, those type of YouTube channels. But this is usually where it has a face, or two faces, or three faces, or whatever. So let's get into HMK's top 10 favorite YouTubers. Let's get into it. Number 10 is Game Grumps. Hey, I'm Grump. Oh, I'm not so Grump. But let me, point something out. Is Game Grumps the Jontron era, not the Danny from Ninja Sex Party era. Yeah. Back in the day when it was Jontron and EagerActor, I loved watching them. And the reason why I'm not feeling Danny right now, ever since Jontron departed from Game Grumps, is because I feel like Aaron, EagerActor, and his chemistry is very, very different. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's very different and not really my cup of tea. But the chemistry between Jontron and EagerActor was fucking gold. And when I first heard that two of my favorite YouTubers are gonna be together in a collaboration or a channel like that to just play games and fuck around and stuff like that, I was just like, oh man, sign me up. And the Game Grumps anime, which came out from the Jontron era, were just great. I mean, like, I would watch them all the time. Even though if I hated the game, or if the game, I had no interest in the game, I would just watch it for them. And it was just great, and I really missed the Jontron era. But Jontron already said that he's not coming back to Game Grumps, and since then, I haven't really, watched Game Grumps a lot. So, I mean, I still watch them, but definitely not as much as I did with Jontron. So, Game Grumps is my number 10 favorite YouTube channel, the Jontron era, during the Jontron era. Right now, up in the air. Number 9 is GameXplain. Now, GameXplain, he does a very, very, very good job in analyzing trailers, pictures, and stuff of my favorite games. And it seems like he's single to certain games, not to every game, because of course GameXplain, Andre, he has a team behind that, but he's the face, he's only speaking. I'm pretty sure he does most of the analysis and stuff. Of course, he does have a team, and I saw his team when I was at E3 this year. But I just love the way he breaks down stuff. He's very, very clear, very, very concise when it comes to explaining the game. And overall, he seems like a very, very well-rounded guy, and I really love his channel. So when it comes to breaking down stuff, or when I'm not breaking down a piece on my channel, but when I want to see some say Yoshi's Woolly World or Pokken Fighters, I always tune into him to get the nice analysis and breakdown. So definitely GameXplain is number 9. Number 8 is AngryJoe of the AngryJoe Show. Now, a lot of people say that I'm, pretty much I wouldn't say carbon copy, but a lot of people accuse me of being a carbon copy of AngryJoe, whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, he did inspire me way back in the day, but I feel like I go in a very different direction than AngryJoe does. But still, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. I always love watching him get angry and stuff, and I love his reviews, even though they're very long. 25 to 30 minutes. He has that personality, and he has that draw that keeps you watching throughout the whole video, and it's great. His editing skills are amazing. Of course, he does work a lot with certain other YouTubers like Other Joe and stuff like that, but AngryJoe, he really, really, really has it down packed for me, and it's very easy for me to watch this channel. So it's not really something I have to force myself to, or I have to power through. It's okay, AngryJoe Arkham Knight reviews. But no, every time I watch it, it's just damn, watching everything of the video. But number 8, because I don't really watch his channel as much as I used to back in the day. Not because, you know, I'm doing YouTube now, but, you know, I've been watching other channels. But AngryJoe is definitely one of my favorites, and that's why he's number 8. Now, number 7 is PenguinZero, otherwise known as Critical. Now, this guy is hilarious. I watch almost every video from this dude because of his voice, because of his nature, because of his attitude when playing the game. If you guys don't know who this is, he often plays games, like any game he gets his hands on, in a very, very, very hilarious monotone voice. And it's like, hey guys, it's Critical. I'm gonna be playing Slender for the PC. Let's do this shit. And his reactions when playing the games while staying in this monotone character is just, I feel it's comedy gold in my understanding, because it's just hilarious how he, you know, tackles certain things. And like, two of my most favorite episodes when it comes to Critical has to be the Papa's Burgeria, some shit like that, and the Slender Man episode. So if you guys haven't watched this guy, I really recommend, if you want something different, something original, something grand, watch PenguinZero. He's already vastly popular. And the funny thing is, like, not only does he have that monotone character, it seems that he doesn't really give a shit that much on YouTube, because if you see his banner, it's completely blank, and his picture is like a picture from like an old ass shooter. I'm not exactly sure what his picture is, but it really seems like he doesn't give a shit. But he does upload regularly, and his videos are always very, very good quality. So, like, if you want a good laugh for something different, I would definitely recommend watching PenguinZero, aka Critical, and that's why he's number 7 on my list. Number 6 is EagerActor, Aaron Hansen himself. Now, when it comes to EagerActor, I understand that he spends a lot more of his time right now on Game Grumps, but back in the day on Newgrounds and on YouTube, I love watching his animations. I love watching Sequelize. When I watch this video, he's a very, very, very intelligent guy, a very, very talented voice actor, because he voices like nearly every voice he does in those animations, and it's crazy. And you can see that in the earlier, well, I mean, like the earlier episodes of Game Grumps and some episodes of Game Grumps, he does different voices, you know, just to go along with the jokes and whatever. And he is very, very, very talented when it comes to that. And I will often ask myself, I'm like, you know, he can literally, he has no problem going into the voice acting industry if he decides to take a different route. But Game Grumps is making him a shit ton of money, so he doesn't need to do that. And please, Aaron, EagerActor, go back to animations, because Sequelize was great. Everyone gets this weird idea that I hate EagerActor just because I did that response video to one of his Sequelize episodes. I love his Sequelize series. I love the Awesome series. The one series that I'm not too fond of is, like, you know, Girl Chan in Paradise. I'm like, And I did get the pleasure of meeting EagerActor at E3, and boy, like, the dude is just like, when you talk to him, you get that feeling that this guy is genuine. Like, when I was talking to him, he just like stared me in the eye, stared in the eye, like, damn, this guy is like, you know, genuine, sincere, and he has like that sincere face. So, like, you know, he seems like a very cool guy. A lot of people say that he's like arrogant or whatever, but you know, I never got that from him when I talked to him at E3. So he's still one of my favorite YouTubers. He would have ranked higher if he would have continued doing his stuff on his own channel instead of focusing so much on Game Grumps. But that's not something I can blame him for, because Game Grumps is like, you know, he's made a dynasty with Game Grumps. So still, EagerActor by himself as the EagerActor is still one of my favorite YouTubers, hands down. Now number 5 is a YouTuber named Spazzy with a 4 as the A. Now, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I love playing League of Legends. I love watching League of Legends videos. I don't play competitively, don't get me wrong. I pretty much suck at the game when it comes to actual competitive play, but when it comes to, like, you know, like casual play, I still get by, I still win matches, blah 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 blah. But if you put me in ranked, I'll get manhandled. But nonetheless, I still love playing the game. I still love reading up on the lore and stuff. I'm trying to integrate that into my channel. And Spazzy is probably my favorite League of Legends YouTuber, hands down. He does a very, very funny series called Epic Moments, where he plays with his team, his team CG, his friends, and sometimes guest people, even people from Riot. And he makes a lot of jokes, and these epic moments are very, very, very easy to sit down and watch. The jokes are crazy. The little animations he does within the video always puts a smile on my face. And his voice is very, 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 very nice. I like his voice a lot. So if you ever, get into League of Legends, or if you're already into League of Legends, I definitely recommend watching Spazzy. He's nowhere near, okay, let me rephrase that. He is not at the level as, world champion levels when it comes to going to the LCS or whatever, but he's still a very, very, very good player, and you can see that. And he doesn't only do epic moments where they're just basically comedy-based moments of playing the game and stuff. He also does champion previews, uncut videos, and he also has another channel called Spazzy Real Life. But Spazzy is where it's at when it comes to League of Legends, and every time he puts out new epic ones, I'm like, Spazzy, Spazzy, Spazzy. So definitely watch that channel. Spazzy is one of my favorites. That's why he's number 5. Now number 4, hold on to your hats, is MatPat of the Game Theorist. No, I do not hate MatPat, guys. Just because I think the Link is Dead theory is crap doesn't mean I hate the dude. I still love watching his videos and stuff like that, and he's an amazingly intelligent dude. And once again, I had the pleasure of meeting with him and actually talking very long with him at E3, and dude, his voice is it's fucking magic. The voice he has on his channel is the voice he has in real life. And I even told him to his face 2 things I'm telling you guys right now. I told him to his face, dude, your voice is just bomb. You have a bomb-ass voice, dude. Your voice is just it makes me melt and stuff. I'm not afraid to say that shit to one of my favorite YouTubers. And 2, I did say to his face that the Link is Dead 3, I think it's crap. I think it's wrong, And it's funny because his attitude is very, very, very positive. After I told him, I was like, hey, listen, I don't believe in Link is Dead theory. I think it's crap. And he's like, I wouldn't do theories if I didn't believe him as well. And then we actually talked about theories, and I gave counterparts to Link is Dead theories, and I actually told him some of my theories, and we gave each other some really good feedback or whatever. And he gave me something very, very I would say magical, or like a statement. I told him, oh, hey, so you're here at 3? He's like, yeah. You look at my badge, it's like, oh, so you do YouTube as well, you're part of Polaris. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not a big YouTuber, I'm just here doing my stuff. And then he looked at me and he's like, well, think of this, man. Think of it this way, man. You're big enough to be here at E3. And I'm like, so that was just me, my little MatPat story. But nonetheless, I love watching his videos. His videos are very, very well done, very, very educational, very, very smart. The one thing that doesn't really one thing I wouldn't say don't like, but the one thing I would say hold against his channel when it comes to theorizing on games is that I think he took way too much real world science into theorizing about games whose science probably cannot apply to ours and vice versa. But nonetheless, I enjoy watching his videos. I just sit down every time I need to think, or anytime I want to have a chill moment or a good time. MatPat, boom, Game Theorist. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's 4. It's wrong. Okay, let's go. Let's see why you're wrong. Let's see why you think it's wrong. Let's do it. And Best Link, he does his homework 90% of the time. And MatPat, if you watch this, please don't take that the wrong way. But yeah, I love MatPat. And everyone thinks I hate him. I don't. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. He's number 4. Number 3 is RichTechUSA, Rich of RichTechUSA. Every time this guy puts out a video, I watch. Now, the little thing about me is sometimes when I go on long drives by myself or with my friends or whatever, when I need to go on a long drive, I listen to NPR a lot. Oh, HMK, you old fart, whatever. I listen to NPR a lot, and literally, Rich or anyone else, don't take this as a try. It is, it is a full-on compliment. Basically, I think Rich of RichTechUSA is basically the NPR of gaming YouTube. When I say this, is every time I'm editing or every time I'm doing something on the internet, oh, he puts out a new video, I play it. Every time he makes a video, he has some gameplay of some, he has a gameplay of some game he's doing while he's talking over it. So, you know, since he does that, sometimes it's like Left 4 Dead or whatever. I don't really care about Left 4 Dead. I play the video, but I put it in another tab so I just hear his voice. And basically, I just listen to, you know, him talk about, you know, certain themes or certain things going on in the gaming industry at this moment, or anything of the YouTube industry, or anything he talks about. So I'm literally there working while I'm listening to this guy, like if it was NPR, if I was on a drive or some shit like that. And I love it. You know, that's why I love RichTechUSA. He's very, very strong with his opinions. Most of the time I agree with him. He's a very, very, very intelligent dude. And he gets those videos out and done. And then I just listen to him while I edit. You know, he's talking about certain stuff. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, that's interesting. I literally listen to him while I work. And I love RichTechUSA. I never had the chance or the pleasure of meeting him, but I did get the next best thing. Number 2 is a YouTuber that heavily inspired me to do YouTube, and that is Yuri of Wind. I love watching Yuri of Wind's channel, especially the creepypastas and the gaming mysteries. Now, a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but I've seen in the comment section that some people would, like, you know, make fun of his voice. I definitely don't agree with any of those, and I feel like I kind of not really connect, but what's the word I'm looking for? I identify a little bit with that, because a lot of people just, like, you know, go crazy on my comment section when it comes to my voice or the way I speak on my YouTube channel. But I kind of identified with that, and I guess I kind of got the sense of, you know, like, you know, I'm not taking anything away from him. Don't get me wrong when I say this, but like, oh, he can do it, so can I, you know. And he was a very heavy inspiration for me when I started out YouTube and stuff, and I still watch his videos today. And, you know, hopefully, you know, in the future, I would love to collaborate with you, dude. But his gaming mysteries are always very, very interesting to watch. Aside from certain other channels or whatever, he's probably like the only YouTube channel that I watch and learn something new about certain series that I follow. And that, you know, says a lot. Because, you know, I love studying about the lore and stuff like that. But when it comes to gaming mysteries or the beta of series, I love watching those. Because, you know, I learn. I have a good time watching, and I have a good time learning from the videos he does. And he definitely does his homework. And I love his personality of when he does videos. And when I saw him doing the Kingdom Hearts Did You Know game, I'm like, dude! Ah! But, yeah, Yuri of Wind's second favorite YouTuber, definitely, man. Love you, bro. Now, my number one favorite YouTuber of all time. If you didn't see him on the list, this is why, because he's number 1. It's Jontron of the Jontron Show. I cannot tell you how much I love watching this dude's channel. Every time there's a new video, even if it's that Barbie episode, and I don't give a shit about Barbie, every time I watch his episode, even if it's an obscure ass game or a game I don't know or I don't care about, it's Jontron, watching Jontron. Even the Starcade thing, I'm a fan of Star Wars, so of course I have to watch that. But every time it's Jontron, it's just magic. Even those smaller videos, like the one where he's all like, "Oh, Microsoft is dead," with the Conquer episode, with the little thing about Conquer and Project Spark or some shit like that. I love watching his videos. His videos are always so very enjoyable to watch. I cannot look away when it comes to Jontron. Every time my friends are like, "Oh, it's going out. Oh, whoa, notifications." No, I gotta wait. Jontron has a new video. I'll catch you guys later. Seriously, it's like it's to the point where it's addicting. And I had the pleasure of actually meeting this dude at PAX East this year, and yo, we had a conversation, and it was very weird because it wasn't a conversation about gaming. You know, I learned a lot of cool things about him. He's a very, very genuine guy. I would like, he's a very, very down-to-earth dude, especially when you're looking at his videos and, like, you know, him in real life, him in his videos. You know, you kind of get that sense of, you know, this is who he is in real life. But when you're talking to him in, like, in a, I would say, legitimate conversation, he's very, very down-to-earth and stuff. And you know, he's very, very good content creator, and I just love watching his videos. I just cannot look away. It's Jontron, his jokes, his voice. Dude, this guy sings! It's crazy. Jontron definitely is one of my favorite YouTubers. And that's why Game Grumps is on this list, because of the Jontron era. If it wasn't for Jontron, Game Grumps probably would have been on this list or whatever. But Jontron is definitely my #1 YouTuber of all time, I should say for now, but it's grand. He's grand. So guys, what do you think about my list of my top 10 favorite YouTubers? Who is your favorite YouTuber? Leave it in the comment section below. And I hope you guys enjoy these type of top 10s where I would give more information about myself or stuff like that, because this is all about, you know, me extending myself to you, my, you know, I would say integration with you guys or interaction with you guys, and I hope you guys appreciate that. And if you did, don't forget to like, share, favorite, and most importantly, subscribe to HMK. And if you guys haven't seen any of these videos, or should I say any of these channels, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and subscribe to them as well. And until the next top 10, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.